So they, any sort of weakness, they don't want to be bag holding. So it just kind of created a quick sell off yesterday. I mean, that was insane. And, I hate that I had to leave after about 20 minutes yesterday. And like right when I left is when the sell off started. So that was kind of unfortunate, but I know that these days are going to happen because of that class I have to go to. So just going to have to let it go. But yeah, some really nice downside opportunities yesterday on NVDA. I'm going to wait like one more minute here for some more people to come in, just so I don't have to keep repeating myself. But do you guys have any other tickers you want me to look at beforehand? The two news catalysts that I see is going to be Apple and Meta. Other than that, I mean, NVIDIA earnings Wednesday, so tomorrow after the close. Yeah, I'll be watching Tesla. That's one of mine. That just doesn't really have much of a catalyst, at least that I've seen. So yeah. Anyways, it looks like most of us are here, so I'm not gonna wait for the people that aren't on time. But okay, so the two stocks that I'm gonna be looking at is gonna be, well, catalyst wise. So Meta yesterday, Latvian, I appreciate you talking about what Shai said, because that wasn't even on my radar. But the two things that I now know about is one, Meta was affected by that PDD sell-off yesterday because of Temu, and if Temu drops ad spend, then that would kind of hurt Meta. I don't think that's like devastating, but that's definitely not a positive catalyst for the stock. The other thing that to me was the bigger news was Zuckerberg coming out with that letter. I don't know if any of y'all saw that, saying that he's admitting that there was censorship in the 2021 election, where the Biden administration reached out to them and told them, to censor stuff about COVID-19, and he regrets doing that. But for him to admit that is pretty crazy. I think maybe the reasons on that is he wants to just do the right thing and admit it, which to me is kind of like iffy for that to be the reason. Two, there's maybe a whistleblower and a lawsuit coming. So maybe he's admitting it to kind of get ahead of that. Or, maybe, I don't know, he thinks that, to me, those like maybe the two biggest scenarios. But yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. If they get caught again, I think that's pretty crazy. But to me, I think that's a big reason why Meta is going to be coming down. Do I love any of the levels down here? I mean, just like not that much. It's just kind of starting to fall off a cliff, but we're near yesterday's lows. So I do want to consider it. But, again, we're going to be back in this range here from like 500 to 510, which is somewhat of a support. So is there an A+ setup there? No. But when there's a catalyst, and you can catch that momentum to one side, you don't necessarily need perfect price levels to trade off of. It's just simply a momentum trade to the downside, right? So I'm going to be watching that, probably like the 510 puts on that. I think the 500 puts could work just fine. The levels I'm going to be watching is going to be yesterday's low, which is 514.95. So going to be watching that 515 level, which we're pretty much like right at. And then 510. So, Meta opened yesterday, around like 526, and we hit a low of like 515, 516. So, a $10 move, that would put us down at 505 if we open up around here today. So very doable. Is it, anywhere near guaranteed to happen? No, but I do think the odds are in the favor of this going down. Okay. Next is going to be Apple. They are replacing their CFO. So that was kind of weak yesterday, ended up bouncing back up. And I think that news actually came out after hours. You can see the spike down here. It did recover. But pre-market here, we actually are coming back down. Are there any perfect levels here? No, but again, it's just going to be me gauging, okay, if this stock is actually turning weak, maybe there's something there for us to trade. Again, it's a catalyst, so I don't need perfect price levels. It's just going to be momentum based, trying to catch, some sort of maybe intraday pattern to the downside or, something like that. Again, not an A+ setup on any of these. It doesn't mean I'm going to be going in with full size, but I think there are going to be some scalps there for us. Obviously NVDA has earnings tomorrow. I'm not going to trade NVIDIA regardless, but I think, under like 123, this may start getting weak. The other thing that I like is going to be Tesla. Again, no real catalyst here, but I am liking the fact that we bounced, around like 211 here. We bounced off 210 here. Yesterday's low was 211 as well. So market stays weak. Tesla is easily a stock that can slip up pretty easy. So, am I going to be looking for this to come in at a 205? No, but maybe trading like 211 through 210. I think that's a legitimate trade that we could try. A plus, no. So again, smaller size, but I think that there may be something there. Something else that I want to mention, which I probably won't signal. Oh, wow. It's dropped even more the last couple of minutes. I saw this here like 550. And yeah, I didn't even think about it. Wow. So, okay, we're back down around 500. Something happened here. Let me look. See, 8:15. That's got to be the news. Super Micro, fresh evidence of accounting manipulation, sibling self-dealing, and sanctions evasion at the time. Oh wow, that's if there's accounting evasion and fraud there, that's not good. What do we have? We got about 7.5 minutes here. I would like to see this hold above 500. This may be the stock we need to be watching, guys. Actually, this is pretty intense here, I think. So, the 500 puts, it's just going to be really expensive. So I would hate to signal this simply because it's just, these contracts are going to be at least, $1,000. They may be $1,500 per. So I don't think that that's maybe something most, if not, all of us should maybe stay away from. I may try it on the side. I don't know, but I think to be safe here, because sizing wise, I don't want you guys buying like the 350 puts. $150 out of the money is just a recipe for disaster. So this is really interesting, though. That just happened. It was already really weak yesterday. If they give up 500 here pretty aggressively, 478 is the low back in here. So we definitely should be paying attention to this. I would like for y'all to watch this for sure, but maybe not trade it. It might be something I just kind of try it on the side. But again, the contract is going to be extremely expensive. Microsoft to the downside. Yeah, I see what you'd be looking at, right? Like under 412 coming in here, but I think 410 is a pretty solid support there. So, if you're going to scalp that, you'd probably want to be out before 410. Co-lamp. So, is there a trade there? Yeah. Do I think that there's better things to look at? I do. Netflix is something else. Is this, do I think it's going to move today? Like, it's one of those stocks where maybe it just goes. TNT, it's SMCI. So back above 690, right? 700 is a pretty solid level. So, am I going to try to get in anywhere around here? No, but if we start breaking 700 and start to move, Netflix can really squeeze on all-time highs. I think that $10 move instantly kind of got pulled back. So we get back above there. Anyone trying to go short is going to start getting squeezed out again. So going to be watching this on the side. Is it a perfect trade? No, not really. But, again, Netflix is a momentum name. I want to be there on those days when it rips. Like this day here was a day that I wanted to be involved, and it just opened under 690 and just went straight to, 711. So, it is what it is sometimes. So, okay, that's kind of interesting. Now my interest is peaked on SMCI now. Roku still sitting under 70. So, I think that's kind of interesting to watch as well. But, am I going to pay a ton of attention to that? Not really. The spreads were terrible yesterday because it was lower volume. So, you're buying in down 15%. And, if that goes against you, then, you could easily lose 20, 30, 40% on that and just a little move against you. So I think it's best to just kind of stay away from that. But I do want to pay attention to SMCI. That's bad news, especially, being in the semiconductor space. If they are lying about their numbers, right, and kind of forging their bank statements or whatever they're doing on the accounting side to try to look better, maybe they're just not as good as they are, and money will flow out of your company if you get caught lying, especially in a space that's so competitive, right? Money will just quickly move elsewhere. So I think that's very interesting. So I would like to watch that on the side. Other than that, I think I'm going to have the Tesla 210 puts loaded up this morning just because I think that's the closest. And then just going to be gauging Meta and Apple. Sound good? Any questions? Anything else? We got about 3.5 minutes here. Same week expiration, always, unless I say something else. But yeah, to be clear, same week expiration for Tesla 210s. Let's see, let's get my levels marked out here. 211.01 is yesterday's low. That's what I'm going to be paying attention to here, I think. Mastermind, I'm not going to be playing NVIDIA earnings. I'm going to wait until after. So the earliest I would trade NVIDIA this week is Thursday morning. So to me, the contracts are all jacked up. I don't want to be involved in it, and I don't plan to buy anything ahead of the earnings. I think the chances are it's going to go down, but it's NVIDIA. I don't really want to flip a coin on that. So just going to let it do its thing. Yeah, Colam. Yeah, Jay is your guy for anything crypto related. Man, SMCI has been one that just sells off hard. I mean, it can move $30, $50 in a day if it really wants to. So I do want to watch it on the side. I'll talk about it, kind of do some commentary on it, but I just don't think that it's safe for me to signal, considering these contracts are going to be extremely expensive. So 685. I don't know what the contract price is right now, but yeah, it's the 210 puts, Jenny G on Tesla. And then we're going to do the short report of SMCI. That's negative as well. Anytime a short report comes out on a company, it typically makes it move. So PR, I mean, yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm looking at here. Again, I'm going to walk through every second of the trade. When I'm about to enter, telling you guys when I'm buying, stuff like that. So you don't need to just blindly buy. Blindly buy 210 puts if it hits 211. So just try to stay with me here. Yeah, they're going to be expensive. SMCI is going to be really expensive regardless. So Tesla starting to bounce. We got about 30 seconds. Yes, Tesla 210 puts, guys. 210. 10 seconds. Wow, these SMCI contracts are $2,000. Tesla's starting to push. SMCI is starting to try to push here as well. All right, so Tesla's starting off the open pushing here. Just want to take a quick look at SMCI. Trying to push up, but it's starting to fail a little bit. Tesla gets above 215. I'll probably just have to move on from that, unfortunately. SMCI is starting to roll over. Got bought up a little bit there. Just ripped through 530. Tesla 215. SMCI just ripped. Wouldn't be surprised at kind of a relief bounce here. Through low a day, it may be interesting, but other than that, just gonna chill. Not much else going on here. SMCI is trying to get a bid here. Roku's trying to push for 70. Tesla's over 215, so that might be done for. Meta not doing a whole lot. Apple's really not doing a whole lot. Not super thrilled with anything right now. Market's starting to roll over though, so maybe all this stuff changes. SMCI is actually one of the strongest things here. Tesla's starting to reject off 215. Mastermind, I'm not going to get involved with NVIDIA. Market's starting to push. Trying to roll over here. SMCI is one of those things where it can kind of pop up. I just want to watch this so you guys can see kind of how it works. It can pop up and then just get hit. And then once we start breaking under like VWAP, you break low a day. I mean, this could go crazy. So I just want to watch it. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to trade it or not, but we'll see. It's trying to roll over here a little bit. Just gets bought up so quickly. Oh, wow. 83. That's great. Hope we can get a trade going here. Market's starting to roll over here. Tesla's still sitting around 215, just kind of lagging. Nothing that exciting right now. So let's just be patient. Netflix at 690. Roku rejected at 70. It's starting to roll back over. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. So pretty choppy here from NQ. Pretty choppy. SMCI is starting to roll over here. Like I said, it could have that pop off the open, then it just gets a little weakness through low a day. I mean, this thing could just go crazy. So pay attention. Back at 525, they give up 520. Low a day's 515. I mean, this could easily move $15 in like 2 candles. Even right there, that was a $10 candle. So these contracts are really expensive. No reason to trade them, guys. So just be smart. I'm just going to talk about it because that's kind of the only thing that to me is interesting right now. Netflix is starting to push a little bit. SMCI is already down about 5%, $33 on the day from yesterday's close. So that is a lot, but I mean, this could easily move 50, 60 bucks. Netflix is still pushing. Tesla's still doing nothing at 215. What else is going on here? Not really a whole lot. Apple's starting to come down. Meta's still pretty choppy. Let's just be patient here. I just want to see this 520 break on SMCI and see what happens, just so we could watch it as a group here with that negative news. I just don't see this recovering today, which is kind of interesting. But oh wow, Tesla rolled all the way back over. Look at this. All right, so 211 is what I'm going to be having to pay attention to here. I remember I got the 210 puts loaded up. This is aggressive out of nowhere. Whoa, huge volume spike on this. I'm not going to chase this candle here, so I'm going to kind of let it do its thing first. If it wants to come down close to 211, then bounce and then roll back over, that's kind of what I'd be looking for. I'm not going to chase a candle that big. SMCI is trying to break 525 or right around 520. Tesla is just dying here, and so is the whole market. 211 here. I just don't want to jump the gun on this. I'm not going to chase candles like that. Even though the market is getting killed, I want to be smart. SMCI at 520. Come on, Tesla, give me a little bit of a bounce here. Let's see if there's a wall at 210. Yeah, we got a little wall at 210. Yeah, don't go chasing this stuff. Even if it goes right through, you have to not care. You got to let the stock do its thing. The only reason to be good at this is if you just wait for your good entries. I would like to maybe take a starter on like a bounce up into like, around this area here. Other than that, I'm just going to try to be patient with this one. SMCI is about to break 520 again, maybe go for low a day. Tesla's so weak here. So weak. I just can't chase this. I have no interest in chasing this. It can do whatever it wants. SMCI is at its low a day. Wow, low a day SMCI. Jeez. Tesla's not stopping here, guys. Again, there's no part of me that's going to chase this. So you do whatever you want to do, but I'm not going to be doing that. If it wants to come in here and then give me a bounce, I'm there for that. But I'm not going to chase this, even if we have to miss the trade. You gotta stick with those rules. Contracts are 450 though. That sucks. They're up like $100. Come on, Tesla, give me a bounce here. The market's right at some support as well. Tesla's at support. If we get a bounce, this will be a good trade. Come on, Tesla, give me a bounce here. There we go. It's a decent bounce. Man, it's just not enough, though. It's not enough. That just instantly got hit. The selling pressure is here. I mean, part of me wants to just kind of take a stab at it and just sell on a 210 break, but it's not a real signal. So this is the hardest part about letting something move in your direction. But if you can't get a safe entry on it, you just can't take it. They're about to break 210 right here. There it goes. Yeah, that was a crazy drop out of nowhere, too. This is one of the strongest things off the open. And then it ends up just doing this. This is where you can get a fake out. I never want to chase a move like this because you can get the break and it maybe breaks by 50 cents or whatever, but then you can get a bounce. So let's just be safe here. SMCI looks interesting to me. Broke low a day, bounced up, retested VWAP, right back at this 515 level. I think there's still a bigger drop in that, but I'm not going to look to signal that. Tesla's still ripping down here. Market trying to bounce a little bit. Tesla's starting to hold under 210 though, which is kind of interesting. The market looks like it's about to bounce. Rejection. SMCI is starting to bounce. Tesla just can't get any sort of buying pressure. Look at that. Yeah, 100%. Please just be smart. That's all you got to do. Let the trade do it. Let the chart do whatever it wants. Just react to what you want to see happen. If this kind of bounced up into like 211.50, that's kind of where I'd already be kind of starting to take positions. But this hasn't had any sort of bounce. So, I mean, could it go further to the downside? Yeah. And to me, that's what I think is going to happen. But there's no reason for me to be buying puts at a low a day after a $5 drop. Just think about that from like a logical standpoint. How would that make any sense? Market starting to roll over here a little bit harder. Roku coming back down, Apple coming down a little bit. Just nothing that great. Come on, Tesla, do something for us here. Little bit of a bounce now in Tesla. See if they can hold it above 210. Here's a little bit of a bounce finally. I don't know that I love the trade anymore. You know, we broke the level. We just kind of chopped at 210. I need to see a real bounce out of this. The market's getting rejected on every pop. So is Tesla. SMCI is just doing nothing now. Here's a little bit of a bounce from Tesla. Nothing that great, though. Market's starting to bounce as well. I just don't love that much. I'd like to see a little bit more. Market really starting to bounce now. Starting to roll over a little bit here to kind of want to take like a little tiny position, but I think this may have a little bit more room. I think I'll start one. I think ideally I see this up at VWAP, but this could easily roll right back over. And then back under 210, we start holding under that. That's kind of where that next leg and the move happens. So I'm going to take a starter right there. This is a really aggressive entry. I may not even give it much room at all. But the volume kind of died out on this pop, as you can see. So maybe it grinds up a little bit higher. I can add a little bit there. But I think if it can kind of hold under like 211, 211.50, I think that's where I kind of like this a little bit more. Market's still just trying to rip here, and Tesla has just no strength in it at all. There we go. One hard, like, little rollover from the market, two 10 puts. One little red candle from the market. Tesla's by far one of the weakest looking names here. So I think that's kind of where you can get that slip. We kind of have a little bit of a bear flag here, which is nice to see. So we break through 210. I think we see that low a day, and I'll probably just start selling around 209. And really, really small here. May look to add on this 210 level. Market just had a tiny little red candle, and Tesla just instantly gets dropped. The whole idea behind this trade is we break under 210, and that's when we start slipping up again. Here we go. Market trying to kind of roll over here a little bit. Like to see a nice slip, though. Market flipped to a green candle, and look how weak Tesla looks here. I'm already green. Green about 5% here. Almost 10%. Nice. Come on. Need a break and hold. If this candle can close under 210, that's what I wanted to see. Let's see if this one slips it. If not, they're just going to bounce this here again. Then the bear flag is just going to be a little bit bigger. SMCI is starting to pop again. There we go. Nice little move there from Tesla. I'm going to add in just a little bit here. I think it's still weak. The market hasn't really rolled over just yet, which is kind of disappointing. That's all I'm looking for here is a rollover in the market and just let this thing give up. Again, this may have to bounce off 210 again and come back up in here around 211.50. But with the market pushing this hard and Tesla not going anywhere, I like this. Not looking for a crazy trade, just kind of like a little bit of an H pattern here. SMCI is gone. Look at Tesla still staying weak for us. This might be where Tesla bounces. The market is just flying. But I mean, look how weak Tesla is. I mean, we're through high day on futures here, guys, and Tesla won't move. Could that move sellers out of the way? Yeah. But again, like I said, I think this could still bounce up into this area. And the trade still be intact kind of thing. I mean, look at this. The market's flying. Tesla wants to go, no, I just added a little bit. Still in pretty light here, guys. Come on, Tesla, just slip up here. Just to put this into perspective for you guys that aren't looking at futures, look what the NASDAQ is doing here. I mean, this thing is ripping, and Tesla is going nowhere. So all we need is just to slip through this little bear flag here and the market to roll over, and I think Tesla's gone. I'm happy to sit in this trade for a little bit. A little bit of a bounce here. Even if it gets back up to VWAP, that's still okay. I'm still in pretty small. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes there for that. Market trying to push. Look at these rejections on Tesla. SMCI is about to start flying. Here we go. Little pop here in Tesla. It's okay. Gonna add a little bit there. I don't want to see it over 212, so I'll probably use that as stop loss. But to me, this is what a bear flag does. I talked to you guys about, okay, maybe it bounces off of 210, and then we have to come up a little bit higher to 1150, and then the bear flag's still intact. Because to me, it makes it look a little bit better now that it's done that. Still waiting for this. Market had just a little red candle here, and Tesla's already given up that little pop. We're at a pretty decent, bigger time frame support, guys. Like, look in the hourly chart, right? This is a big support. So if we can get back under this, that's kind of where they can really let it go. And I'll be looking for a 209 break before I sell. Let's try to be patient. 210.60. Just a pullback on the market would do everything that we need. Here we go. Look, Tesla's getting a lot more aggressive here to the downside. 210.27, 210.25, 13, 12. Got a little wall there again. Let's see if we can get under 210. That's what we need to see here. Market starting to roll over here. This is where Tesla should do this. 8 cents off 2 cents. Buyers are sitting there. We got to get those buyers out of the way, and this thing slips up. This is a nice looking little bear flag here. Come on, Tesla. 210.40, 210.30, 23, 20, 13. Slip it up, baby. I want to see volume spike. It's starting to pick up here. Market's pulling back. Buyers are just doing anything they can to hold this. We break back under, they're going to have to get out of the way. That's when things can get nasty. Come on. One solid break here under 210 is all I'm looking for. I really don't want to see this bounce, but it may. Market's trying to bounce. Come on. 11 cents. Market pulling back now finally. 2 cents away. Break it. Come on. We got 1 cent off on that candle. Oh, come on, Tesla. See, you can tell 210 is a pretty important spot here. Just need a volume break of this, and this is gone. There we go. We got under again. We need to start closing these candles under. It's kind of disappointing. Come on, Tesla. Here we go. Starting to break. Looking to start scaling out after the low of the day. Wow. Here we go. Bam. Starting to sell some here. I want to see more on that. I think there's more of a move in this, but I did sell about half. That's the candle I want for continuation here. Just need a little bit of a help from the market. Come on, Tesla. I know you got more in you than that. This is a big level. Try to be patient. The market just flips straight back up, which kind of sucks. Kind of screws this up a little bit. But regardless, up really nicely here. I'm going to sell more around 209. Look at this thing. Watch this. Come on, give me some more. Market's trying to push. I hate that. Just need a little rejection in that. This can roll back over. 40 cents away from 209. One more break of that. Give it to me. Give it to me right here. 16 cents. Come on, Tesla. You can break it. 19 cents, 18, 16, 13. Market starting to reject. I'm going to go ahead and just sell a little bit more here. It's just acting kind of weird. Nice. There's a move. All right. I'm out of at least half here. Looking for more. Looking for more. Come on. Nice. Selling more. The market's just bouncing on us. It's kind of ruining this trade a little bit. This is still a beautiful scalp. I want to see more on this, though. Four seconds in this candle. The market's bouncing and Tesla's really not going anywhere. I think there's going to be more on this. I'm going to start selling the rest on this new low here if we can get it. The market's just ripping here. I may just have to get out of all of it. It's just, I mean, this is staying so weak. There's just no reason for me to get out of the rest just yet. But NQ's trying to make new highs on the day. This could bounce out of nowhere. I sell a little more here. I still got some runners left, guys, but I want to try to give this a chance. I'm looking for more than like a 30-cent break of a new low. Market's still rejecting. Only got 2 contracts left, so I'm just going to let them do its thing, but I'm out of 80% of my position. How'd you guys do on that? That was still a great trade. I may just cut them. Market trying to push. Made 125. Good. Let's go, Wyatt. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Tesla. I know you got some more. Good job, guys. Throw those in the profit chat and tag me. There we go. Here we go. Come on. About to make new lows here. This thing has not bounced at all. I love seeing that. That's what's keeping me in this for a little bit more. New low, selling the rest. Great trade, guys. Great trade. That was a decent little scalp. Throw mine in here too, so you know I'm not lying. See, I mean, could we have chased Tesla early? Yeah. Could we have made a little bit of money? Sure, but we would have been caught in that bounce trying to short it right at 210. So that's why you got to stick to your you got to stick to your rules and just say, you know what, I'm not going to chase it. I don't care if this goes to 205. I'm just not going to chase it. We waited. It bounces. We start creating a position, add into it a little bit, add into it a little bit. We get the rollover. You could tell it was weak, right? Because it wasn't bouncing at all when NQ went from low to high a day. Add. Break through 210. Look for low a day. Simple as that. New lows again. Pretty solid. Good job. 208.60 here. Another new low. 530 a contract. Well, That's our work day, guys. 35 minutes into the day. Netflix pushed new highs. SMCI just kind of did nothing there. Kind of an interesting day. New lows coming out. I do think this probably goes 207 today, maybe more. But with the market, it all to me, it's going to depend on the market here. If the entire market rolls over back to lows of day, this could go 205. If it just kind of sits stagnant like it is, up near highs, I don't think Tesla's going to have enough individual weakness to go. But I mean, overall, this thing is super. I don't know what happened, guys. I mean, this push right off the open to 215, and you heard me say I'm probably done with Tesla. Or just going to move on. And I look over and I see this candle go from 214.26 down to 212, and that's kind of what piqued my interest here. So this is a kind of a perfect example of when you can just hold some runners and saying, okay, it's not really bouncing. Let's see if this just wants to get drag down a little bit more, because the market's not going anywhere. So if this really wanted to bounce, it should have already bounced, because the market's still sitting up near highs of day. And here we go. This is the real sell-off. If the market rolls over, this is the move I wanted. But my peak sell was 510, so I'm not mad at losing an extra 20 cents a contract there. But it's another 5%. NVIDIA's still bringing things down. Let's see, what's that doing here? NVIDIA's up. Well, I guess down on the day, considering where it closed yesterday, but it's not one of the weakest things here in the world. Netflix look like it can do something crazy right now. I'm not going to trade it after the first 30 minutes of the day, but this could start moving. Apple pushed. Meta just kind of slowly grinded higher. Tesla's by far the weakest name, so I'm glad that we picked that. That was a beautiful trade. This is just going to keep bleeding out, it looks like. Look at this new lows Tesla, 550 a contract here. Who all caught that trade? I know that wasn't the easiest trade in the world, but I know there's got to be more, y'all, at least. Still have one. Look at TNT holding on to the runners. I'm not mad at that trade at all. Come on, let me hear it. I know more of y'all caught that. Still 30% commit is good. Sully 168. There you go. There's your monthly premium subscription right there, Sully. I see you're a free member. Think about that. $67%. That's great. I don't really see anything else that I love. I mean, Netflix is still running here, but I'm not going to trade it for 700. I'd want to trade it near 710, I think, just to be safe. But yeah, overall, guys, that was a good trade. It actually worked out pretty good. It's a little slow having to kind of create that position there, but it's pretty nice, and you kind of feel safe. At least I do, when you're starting a position in a bear flag and you can add on things like this. This is why I use VWAP, right? So I know kind of where, like, okay, if we get above that, trade's probably not there, but we get this bear flag, and then it's as simple as saying, okay, what's my stock doing compared to the overall market, right? NASDAQ is absolutely pushing. Tesla was going nowhere. Once it started creating that little uptrend, you can see here another thing that just adds in this volume's dying off. On this pop, volume is lower than it was on the sell-off. Volume dying, it kind of creates this little like zigzag to the upside. You draw your trend lines. You can add on some pops. You know that your stop loss is going to be like, for me, probably like 212. So you're risking about $1, looking for about 2, which to me makes all the sense in the world, and really almost $3. Create the position, add some more before the break under 210. You can see, okay, it was bouncing there, bouncing there, bouncing there. Once we got under it with volume, that was it. This thing was just died. And look at this. NQ just ripped through high a day, and Tesla just bounced a little bit and is still trying to roll back over. So it should be fairly easy for you guys to see that, even if you're new, just seeing what a specific stock is doing. So right here's Tesla, and then here's the overall market. We opened here, we sold off, and then this was a huge bounce, consolidated and bounced. Tesla, pretty much the opposite. So if the market was weak today, on top of this weak stock, I mean, we could be at 205 right now. That's kind of what I was hoping for, is the market to bounce and then just have a quick sell-off. And, we could have gotten, $2.5, $3 move on Tesla in a matter of like 2-3 minutes. I'd probably start selling everything TNT if you took out that runner. I don't know how much longer this is going to stay weak with the market doing what it is. Well, guys, that's about all I got. They're pretty quiet this morning, even though there's 83 people in here earlier. So, all right. I'm going to stick around for maybe another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to get on with the day. Yeah, so I live trade for free every Tuesday and Thursday, and then I have premium live trading Monday and Friday. Kirinra. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, so 4 days a week now. And then I have a free lesson tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, look at Tesla, guys. Oh my God. The market has one red candle and then bam. Yeah, I know. I'm really surprised at SMCI. I was close to getting in that trade. That was pretty insane. I thought through this low a day, this was just going to come for 500 and die. And once it didn't, kind of made that double bottom, I was like, well, it's kind of iffy. And then, up in here, it was like, the trade's over. I think there's still a short in that. I would like to see this back under 500. If we can see like 450 on this, I'm probably going to buy it, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Tesla, these contracts are at 6 now, 207.40 on the stock. Yeah, Duco, thanks, bro. Yeah, Tesla was good. Colab, how much you make on that? There you go. $100 a day is 25 grand a year. And it's not linear. So the more you can grow that account up to, you get to $400 a day. And obviously it's never going to be perfect like that, right? But on average, 100 grand a year. Yeah, 1,000 a day. $250,000 a year. Colamp, you don't need a course for that, dude. It's all discipline. You're a baseball player. I learned this morning. It's just discipline. Right now, you should just be like logging out of all your stuff. You're done. You made your base hit for the day. Get out of here. Good. That's all it is. You don't need some sort of course or someone to tell you what to do. It's just a self accountability. That's it. And then, just kind of learning the psychology. Yeah, Nikki's psychology class too. But it's really simple when you just break it down to don't take another trade. I know it's hard to do mentally, but it's binary, right? It's either you take a trade or you don't. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out here pretty soon. I still got a bunch of work to do today for school. So Tesla just kept on going. I hate that, but I'll take it. Good little trade. Didn't really, it didn't play out how I wanted, but that was a good opportunity to show you guys that you just stick to your rules and things will work out. I could have taken a red trade if I chased that, but besides that, just all you had to do is wait another 10 minutes to let this thing kind of settle out and bounce, and then that's it. Save yourself money. All right, well, I think that's it for me, guys. If there's not any last minute questions, then let's call it a day. Class on taxes. I don't really know a whole lot about it. Pookie's Revenge is going to be the guy you want to talk to for tax stuff. I just have like a family secretary do it. All right. Cool, guys. Well, I feel like y'all are pretty quiet today, but yeah, let's call it a day. Y'all have a good rest of the day. If you need anything, let me know. I'm going to be doing an earnings stream at 4 o'clock, right at the end of the day, 4 o'clock Eastern. Nothing too exciting, so it won't be a long stream, but if you want to hop on there, ask me questions, you can. And then my free lesson is going to be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'll see you there. Later.